Live from FedEx Forum and the American Home Shield Studio, this is The Odds Couple on GrindCityMedia.com. Handicapping all the football action, here's Rob Fisher and Lang Whitaker.
Hello, good people. Welcome to The Odds Couple on a special week of the program. We are so happy that you are with us here today, and this is different for us. This is we have done a golf show before. We will be previewing the Masters, but this is our first wrestling show, WrestleMania 37, coming up this weekend. Not one night, no. 2 nights of WrestleMania this weekend in Tampa Bay. All right, welcome to the program. We got a lot to cover today. I'm Rob Fisher, glad to be with you. Lang Whitaker alongside, as always. Hello, Lang.
I think this is long overdue.
Yes.
We should have been doing it. I mean, we have, Grind City Media has its own wrestling program.
Yeah.
We should have.
I'm wearing the shirt.
We should have
today,
dipped our toes in the water a long time ago.
Yeah, no doubt. Roser, you've traveled for WrestleMania, correct?
I have. I went to WrestleMania 30 down in New Orleans.
That's right.
I did also.
Louisiana.
You did too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Loved it.
No, not
Awesome.
30. Which one did I go to? I went to the one in New Orleans. I don't remember the number.
That was like a year or two ago.
4 years ago.
Yeah.
4 years ago?
Yeah.
All right. CJ Hurt is in the house as well, who's already claimed he's not going to speak much today.
I mean, you got wrestling experts coming on. You got Lang here. You got Rosa, Dustin Starr.
I don't know crap about wrestling. I know the Masters, though.
You know about Masters.
I am ready for the Masters.
I got you on that.
I mean, it's the Masters is top 5 sporting event of the year.
Yep.
I mean, easy. Like, there's just no doubt about it.
See, that's what I'm very happy about today, is because I know coming in here, 2 things are going to happen on this show today. One, Roser's going to have his big plays for the Masters. He's going to have his, this guy, and then we're going to do this, and we're going to do this. You always have
Parlay
a
Central.
big plan for the Masters. Are you telling me you don't have a big plan for the Masters this weekend?
No, because my account balance is sitting at 0 because of freaking Gonzaga. And the damn NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
I swear to God.
You're not alone.
I swear to God.
If only you guys had listened to the Odds Couple a week ago.
Well, you don't know crap about
When
college
somebody
basketball
was like,
either. It's not like you
I
know.
guarantee, I said Baylor was going to beat Gonzaga for the title.
Yeah. We scoffed. Yeah.
I also said
You
Scott
didn't say
Drew was
Baylor.
Gonna,
You just said Gonzaga's not going to win.
I said Scott Drew was going to win the national title against Gonzaga, and then Scott Drew was going to get hired by UNC. So I was wrong on that part.
Well, and at that point anyway, you didn't know one player on Baylor's team, so I'm
I
really
still
not
don't.
taking. Yeah, so I'm like, so I really don't. Yeah, so it doesn't even matter to me.
They still won.
The NCAA tournament.
Yeah, let's go to what we learned this week.
It sucks.
The whole tournament?
Betting on college basketball is freaking impossible.
Roser, you know I went 13-2-1 in the NIT
Dr.
against the
NIT.
number. Dr. NIT in
Say
the
hello
house.
to Dr. NIT.
Nobody watches that crap, though.
I did with great interest.
No, nobody watches that.
13-2-1 against the spread.
Maybe that's why he did so well.
Memphis fans, we only watch Memphis just because we'd feel bad, like because nobody else would be
No, I
watching it.
watch it. I love watching La Tech with that little chubby dude who was
Is
the
that
player of the
Kenny
year in the
Lofton's kid?
Lofton. I don't think so. No, because they showed his dad, and that's not Kenny Lofton.
Okay. Well, because they said Kenny Lofton Jr.
Right.
and they show
think
him,
it
and
was
I'm like,
Kenneth Lofton Jr.
well, and I'm
The
like,
dude can play.
Well,
I mean,
yeah.
I don't know how he plays, but he can play. He is their go-to.
Well,
He's unbelievable. His hands and everything. He's undersized. He's overweight. And he just dominates.
Story of my high school career.
like I saw him, and I
I'm
thought,
sure
like,
he is too.
I was like, would like Kenny Lofton, the baseball player, was like really skinny
no.
and fast.
Yeah,
so
not the same.
what is this?
Not the same.
Okay.
So the tournament, though, you hate the tournament.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
You're just betting on it.
Yeah.
Like it sucks.
I did okay
I've
until
said
the Final
that word
Four.
like 5 times now.
Yeah, well,
'cause
nobody's forcing you to do it.
I am so. Yeah, then it's no fun to watch. You just watch people miss shots all the time.
Right.
And
referees call charges.
Yeah, like I mean,
Charger block.
So let me get this one off my chest. Jalen Suggs, the star of the tournament, right? Mm-hmm. Lang heard this earlier. Star of the tournament.
He workshopped this on me.
Everybody's like, you're getting fringe fans viewing this because of Jalen Suggs and that shot that he hit. Yeah, you do have fringe fans.
French fans?
Fringe.
Oh.
Fringe fans watching this because of Jalen Suggs. And these freaking turds call 2 fouls on him in the first minute of the game. Mm-hmm. Like, good God. Like, they can't get out of their own way in college basketball.
I'd say this about the referee. I wouldn't call them freaking turds.
They are old turds.
I was surprised that one of those offensive fouls was called by a referee who was like built like that Louisiana Tech point guard. Right. I was like, seems like maybe you'd put your 3 best qualified people to referee this game out there for the championship game. I mean, I don't know. I mean, the NBA's done a pretty good job of like getting referees who are, I don't know, maybe a little more equal to NBA shape.
Where was Zach Zarba and Curtis Blair?
Zach Zarba and I have one thing in common. When we got a little sweat going, we wipe our brow the same way like this.
the Dr. Evil, you get the pinky out. You got the pinky.
You got to just not make sure you mess up the hair. That's what Zarba does. Yeah. The officiating wasn't a problem. That Final Four game, was amazing. The Gonzaga. The officiating didn't matter, but it sucks. I mean, college basketball officiating is terrible. But
how does college basketball become this whole thing of charger block? I mean, there's like 20 times per half, it seems like.
And then I thought to myself last night, one thing that I mentioned was this jump ball situation. I mean, the possession arrow it sucks. I mean, that's just dumb.
2021 and we're still doing it.
There are so many possession jump ball situations in college basketball because they call it so fast. If 2 guys have their hands on the ball, it's like blow the whistle. Yeah. And it's possession. And I hate that it's possession. It's stupid, but we might have 30 jump balls again.
The games would last like 3.5 hours.
Well, no, I got an idea to speed it up and to make some more money on this thing. So you know how part of the reason they did the possession arrow is because referees can't throw a ball 6 feet in the air straight up. Now we have drone technology. So we put the ball on a drone. Fly it over the thing. Have the drone sponsored. Have it you put a camera up there. Put a sponsor on it. Hey guys, it's time for the Mountain Dew drone jump ball. Thing flies out there. Perfect every time. Boop. Exactly.
That's a pretty good idea.
It's a real good idea. That's where you're going to make your money, man.
I just won over Roser. That's how you know it's a good idea.
That is a really good idea. They should do that in the NBA too.
CJ, what'd you learn from the tournament, man?
That this was a really good tournament. For all of the upsets that we saw, all the double-digit seeds, for UCLA making it from playing through the Michigan Wolverines, unfortunately, all the way to the Final Four as an 11 seed, we still ended up with the 2 best teams in the nation playing for the championship, the 2 teams that we most wanted to see. This tournament will go down as one of the best for me in my lifetime.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I thought it was great. I thought it's disappointing that when you got to the Final Four, I thought the Houston-Baylor game would be the good one. Yeah. It wasn't. No. But UCLA-Gonzaga was as good of a basketball game as you'll ever watch.
That was a great game. And we were talking about I was asking if UCLA would even cover the 14 points.
Right.
They almost won the darn thing.
Well, I bet against UCLA again. I did every game other than the first 4 where I won big on them thanks to the FanDuel boost.
You made it watchable for us.
But I mean, I loved watching them play. Yeah. So watching them against Gonzaga was like, I love watching them. I'm a fan of Tiger Campbell. Spells his name with a Y.
Yeah.
Love the man. And he looks like a little Marley. Yeah. Love him. Riley and
Juzang, Jaquez.
Both of them. Love them both. I mean, love everybody on that team. And it's like, well, I didn't know any of their names before this tournament started. And now I love this team, and I'm betting against them every time. And there you go. It sucked that the final wasn't a good game, but at least it was amazing in the fact of one team came out and was incredible.
They were great.
I mean, Baylor was that was an incredible performance to watch from start to finish. I kept thinking Gonzaga can't have a run because they can't stop them.
They can't. Baylor played at a different speed than Gonzaga the whole game. They were playing. It seemed like they knew that they were a better team, or they were confident in that. And Gonzaga just didn't really seem to kind of. It felt like Roser and I were talking about this earlier too. I mean, I don't know if UCLA took it out of Gonzaga or what, but Gonzaga looked tired. They just didn't really have it, and Baylor was like from the jump, like, all right, fine. What was it, like 16-4 right off the bat? And you're like, okay, well.
It hurts the most athletic dude for Gonzaga and probably the best player on the court, Jalen Suggs, picks up 2 fouls in the first 5.5 minutes. And so that just completely discombobulates them, and they're running around. Baylor's guards are able to get into them, pressure them, and make them look really pedestrian. Gonzaga without Suggs is a top 25 team. With Suggs, they're elite, and with him off the court for the entire first half, Gonzaga just could not find a rhythm.
Never.
Are we done talking about this game
I'm
yet?
sorry. You hate the tournament. I was good in the tournament until the Final Four. I had Houston covering. That didn't happen. I did have the over. I had Gonzaga covering over UCLA. It didn't happen again with UCLA. I did have the over, which blew by that. And in the championship game, I had Gonzaga again. Didn't get that, and I had the over. And when Baylor started just kind of sitting on the ball and Gonzaga couldn't hit a shot, I was like, "You're kidding me! We're at like 140 with 7 minutes left. Come on!"
I had the over last night.
Oh, that was brutal. That was brutal. Sorry, Roser. We'll stop talking about it. Roser, how about something you love? You love the Masters.
I do love the Masters.
And, of course, this is a big week on the Chris Vernon Show, which of course, are a big part of.
It is.
Unless Chris isn't doing the Masters updates this year. Is he going to do them?
I mean, Brooks Koepka tweeted at him, so I think we have to. Yeah, I think we have to. Speaking of Brooks Koepka, I do have a bet on Brooks Koepka to win this tournament.
Right.
This was before I made this bet months ago before he had the knee injury.
Right.
Also, another one I did bet on a couple of months ago, and I'm glad I did, is Jordan Spieth. When I saw how Spieth came out the gate on this PGA Tour season, I was like, oh, maybe he's all right. Like, he looks like he's going to finally turn it around after 4 years. Just got his first win in 4 years last week at the Valero Open, the Texas Valero Open. Yes. I got him 25-1. He's now 11-1.
Wow.
So, yeah, I got him 25-1. I've also got a bet on him I placed a while ago to win the British, too.
Oh, very nice.
I put some money on DeChambeau just because I love him.
You do?
Yeah, he's just
only
funny.
freaking person who likes Bryson DeChambeau.
He's just such a character.
He compared himself to freaking Thomas Edison.
Yeah, well, he is. He's smart.
All right.
Did you see the video of him this morning, of him on the driving range?
No.
I'll have to show it to you later. But it was him on the driving range. It's about a minute long of him swinging as hard as humanly possible at the ball, as fast as he can. Like, he literally hits the ball, wham! And then the caddy flips him a ball, puts it down, boom, wham! It sounds like a gun going off. Like it's unbelievable. I have no idea if he's going to do well or not, but how can you not root for that guy?
Well, there are a lot of people who are not.
Pretty easy to.
Here is Bryson DeChambeau on coping with failure.
Look at it this way. Thomas Edison, however many times he tried to make the light bulb, it was over thousands of times, failed. You know, the quote is he failed 9,999 times before he found out that one way to make the light bulb work. And, you know, I relate to that on a high level because I fail just as many times as that or even more in trying to hone in my craft. And so I'm okay with failure as long as I can learn from it. If I can't learn from it, I keep asking the questions and I keep going down the rabbit holes to potentially figure it out. So it's a relentless pursuit of excellence. You know, it's also a Vince Lombardi quote. We'll try and obtain perfection, well knowing we can't obtain perfection. We'll achieve excellence along the way.
I like that he said, I'm really. What did he say? Now I forgot it. I was thinking about it a second. I'm really into that. I really relate to that.
Identify with that or something?
He relates to Thomas Edison.
Goodness.
This guy relates to Thomas Edison.
Yeah.
So
he's a weird dude.
Yeah, he's really weird.
I like him because I've always thought golf needs some sort of villain.
Yeah.
There's never really been that villain, the guy that you really, I mean, Patrick Reed.
Nobody cares enough about him.
He's not a villain because he's a bad dude. He's a villain because he's smart. And so he's kind of become demonized as, I think he was.
And he's cocky.
He was a physics major in college, I believe. And I just found this article. It's like, it's a Golf Digest article. It's about unusual things about Bryson DeChambeau. Like, there's all these things that he learned how to sign his name left-handed just because he wanted to do that. But one of the things was he decided it would be really smart to putt with the flag stick in the hole on certain holes to use it like to stop the ball, basically.
Right.
His quote was, "It depends on the COR, the coefficient of restitution of the flag stick," he told golf.com.
Oh, my God.
So, like, I mean, yeah, sure. People like Rosa are going to hate him because he's intelligent, but
I don't hate him because he's smart.
I mean,
I hate him because he takes 8 hours to play a round and to hit a shot.
well, that's because he hits it in the trees all the time. And
Well,
in
he
the
does
rough.
it this course. He does it this course.
What's-
No, he takes his sweet time to hit the ball. It's annoying because he's like a mad scientist. He's like looking at all the angles. Like, bro, put the protractor away.
Well, you know how like all the
like-
golfers, each iron is a different angle and different length and all that. His are all the same. He had them built exactly the same because he thinks there's some sort of science behind having similar clubs and swinging the same way. You know, he put on like 30 pounds during the pandemic when the shutdown happened.
Right.
And now that's my favorite thing is whenever he hits a big shot, like you can see the caddy hand him a protein shake on the course. He'll like hit a big shot and he'll be like,
Protein shake.
That's a Mountain Dew Lang has.
that's my protein
That's
shake.
Lang's protein shake.
What's the thing in his bag now? He says there's something special in his bag and won't tell us what it is.
Maybe
Steroids?
Maybe
Oh,
a
is
light
that what
bulb.
it is? Oh, okay.
Androstenedione.
All right. Nice. Androstenedione.
Yeah. What
I
did
got him at minus 13 this week.
what did Barry Bonds have in his bag? Because Bryson may have the same.
The cream and the clear.
Now, Rory McIlroy's a guy that, well, we thought he'd take off, and then he didn't, and then he took off, and then he didn't, and we're kind of waiting for it again for him to take off. Club changes, swing changes for Rory. Here's Rory on his swing changes.
Like all of this, the swing issues and where it all stems from probably like October last year. Doing a little bit of speed training, sort of getting sucked into that stuff. Swing got flat, long, too rotational. Obviously added some speed and hitting the ball longer, but what that did to my swing as a whole probably wasn't a good thing. So I'm sort of fighting to get back out of that.
Why do you think you went down that route?
I think a lot of people did. I'd be lying if I said it wasn't anything to do with what Bryson did at the U.S. Open. I think a lot of people saw that and were like, whoa.
That's right. Hey, did you guys know when DeChambeau was in high school, he rewrote his physics textbook? It was $200 to buy the book, and he didn't want to do that, so he borrowed it from the library, copied a 180-page book into a 3-ring binder, and he said, my parents could have bought one for me, but they had done so much for me in golf, I didn't want to bother them asking for a $200 book.
Roser?
Oh, what an amazing guy.
I got a B in organic chemistry without the book and didn't even need to copy it.
Attaboy!
So
Right,
that
dude.
seems
You don't need-
like
you
a bit of a waste of time.
You don't need the book. Just sit next to a nerd. Like, I mean,
Dustin Johnson, Bryson DeChambeau, they are the odds-on favorite to win the Masters, followed by Jordan Spieth, who's on fire at 11-1. Justin Thomas, also 11-1. John Rahm, followed by Rory McIlroy, Patrick Cantlay, and Xander Schauffele are your odds-on favorites.
I've got the daily fantasy lineup ready. I've got it ready. I've
All
got
right,
my lineup.
well, let's do that here in the third segment. Can we do that? Can we do that? We'll tease it. We'll tease it.
I've also got some prop picks. I like.
what
I was
I knew it was coming.
I looked
You
at a
knew he
couple.
had props.
I knew it was
Got to
coming.
deposit a little bit of money, but I like some top 20, top 30, top 40 guys.
That's right. I told you that was coming. It's coming. We're going to take a break. When we come back, WrestleMania 37.
Oh, yeah.
We get into it. Dustin, 5-star, joins us here on the program. Yes, it's all next here on the Odds Couple.
Yeah, I've always thought maybe a fun dunk contest wrinkle would be just to dunk on people. Instead of jumping over them, have them stand there and make a half-hearted attempt to block your dunk and then just destroy them.
Okay, yeah, but then who's going to sign up for that? Who's like, yeah, I'll be the poster. Join Lang Whitaker and me, Kelsey Wright Johnson, every Thursday as we debate the hottest topics in the NBA. IMHO on grindcitymedia.com, YouTube, and our social channels. Once a week, get your basketball fix with Talkin' Grizz featuring me, Kelsey Wright Johnson, and media from around the NBA as we discuss draft topics, prospects, and more. Connect with Grind City Media on all their social channels, subscribe to Grind City Media YouTube, and follow Grind City Media on Twitter and Instagram to stay up to date with all things Grizzlies.
You talk about free throws. If we could just take the word free out of it, it's not free anymore. I think we've all learned. Just, like, why
But they have to be
Why do
free.
we call it free throws? No, it's not. It's an extra
There is no
shot.
hand in your face,
extra
Megan.
shot. Extra shot. No, because it's not free. It's too much pressure on myself. It's not free anymore. Just call it a throw. You get 2 throws. That's it.
A
That's what it
toss.
is. Yes.
Just a toss.
Rise and Grind with Jessica and Megan. Live daily at 8 a.m. on grindcitymedia.com. Welcome back to grindcitymedia.com. Live from FedEx Forum and the American Home Shield Studio. Now, here's more of the Odds Couple, Rob Fisher and Lang Whitaker.
Don't miss Grind City Media's new show, Rise and Grind. I missed it Tuesday morning, CJ. Jessica didn't make it back for the show, did she?
No, God, no.
Okay,
no.
good. I didn't think so.
She should be about halfway here now.
Oh, okay. So she came back after the game. Yeah, all right, good. Jessica Benson, all over the place, traveling to the national championship. They got great insight, and they're fresh, fun, energetic, double shot of morning vibes. Catch up on the latest in sports, entertainment, pop culture, and everything. Memphis, it's every day, Monday through Friday. Check it out on grindcitymedia.com. Grind City Media on YouTube or via the official Grizzlies mobile app to catch Jessica and Megan live or download each episode daily and subscribe at iTunes, Spotify, or SoundCloud today. Welcome back to the Odds Couple, everyone. Big week. We talked a little Masters there in the first segment. We're going to talk WrestleMania 37 in this segment. It's coming up this weekend. This weekend,
Yes.
and not just this weekend.
2
day.
days.
No, 2 days. Saturday and Sunday at Raymond James Stadium.
Why are they
in
doing
Tampa
2
Bay?
days?
Because it's
there's
so
too
big,
much wrestling
dude.
for one night.
Yeah,
Roser.
yeah, Roser.
They're going to start doing this from now on. They're going to have 2 nights of
Oh, yeah.
WrestleMania.
Yeah, this is the first of
They've
many
always
times doing
had.
this.
Usually, I think the
The
previous
Saturday's the
years-
Hall of Fame,
or,
NXT.
or NXT. Yeah.
yeah. Saturday they do Hall
Hall
of
of
Fame.
Fame's
and
tonight,
NXT.
I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Paul Heyman, you familiar with Paul Heyman? He is
Yes.
he's Roman
He's
Reigns' manager. He it's Roman Reigns against Edge this week. That's a big match here, WrestleMania 37.
Edge, one of my favorite nicknames.
Edge.
The rated R superstar.
Oh, that's beautiful.
yeah, it
It's
is
a,
great.
it's a
Great
triple
stuff.
threat match, I believe.
Here's
Daniel Bryan's in the match. There's 3 wrestlers.
Oh yeah, it's a triple threat.
Yeah,
but as
gosh.
It's
but
Reigns,
apparently, is it official
Edge-
yet?
Yeah.
It is official.
Reigns,
Okay.
Edge, and Daniel Bryan against each other.
The last time I believe Daniel Bryan was in a triple threat match at WrestleMania,
Yeah.
it was WrestleMania 30 in New Orleans, which I was in attendance for, and it was Randy Orton and Batista. Batista in that triple threat match, and Daniel Bryan walked away
That's right.
the WWE champion.
Were you doing this? You were going, yes.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Everybody loved Daniel
Yes.
Bryan.
Yeah.
I mean, I was more than half in the bag at that point. But
Of course.
I witnessed a grown man cry when The Undertaker lost to Brock Lesnar, and it wasn't me.
I
Dead
didn't-
serious.
I didn't think you could see me.
Here is Paul Heyman talking about Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns will defend the title. Why? Because there is no WWE without Roman Reigns. There is no talking smack without Roman Reigns. There is no SmackDown without Roman Reigns. There is no Raw. There shouldn't be a Raw anyway. Have you watched it lately? Forget that. There's no Raw without Roman Reigns and no NXT without Roman Reigns. We all exist because of Roman Reigns. Everybody here is employed, including Kayla, because of Roman Reigns. He is your tribal chief. He is the sun on which we all orbit around.
I love him.
That is the greatest quote ever.
Former Georgia Tech football player.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Roman Reigns, yeah. The Rock's cousin.
Joining us now on the program, it is a pleasure to welcome to the show. You see him on CW30 Wrestling. You hear him on Grind City Wrestling, wearing the shirt. Grind City Wrestling here today.
Yeah.
Professional wrestler himself, Dustin 5-Star.
5-star.
What's up,
Oh,
man?
yeah. You guys are cracking me up with all this wrestling knowledge, man. That's awesome. And I love the Grind City Wrestling t-shirt.
Yeah.
As you can see over here, I've got the Grind City Wrestling Grizzly Weight World Championship right behind me.
Very nice, very nice. All right, so what are you looking forward to the most? We got a 2-day event here in Tampa Bay. What's the most excited thing you're looking forward to?
Well, one of the most exciting things that I'm looking forward to is having fans back in the building. So
Yeah.
those fans are going to be at Raymond James for the first time in a year, actually over a year, because WrestleMania last year was at the Performance Center with nobody there. It was probably the weirdest WrestleMania ever. So just to have fans back, I think they're going to have 25,000 fans each night, so 50 total. But I think they were aiming for like 45, 50,000. They were ended up getting the the 25. But the match that you guys are talking about, the triple threat, Roman Reigns is the guy. He is the guy. So one day, probably at WrestleMania 38 or in 2022, we'll see Roman Reigns versus The Rock. Okay.
Yeah, I think they wanted to do that this year, but obviously The Rock ain't going to do it unless you're going to have a full stadium.
Oh yeah, you need to have a full house to bring in The Rock, but they got that in their back pocket because they're related.
Yes.
You know, so they've kind of teased this in the past, and I think we're going to get that. But first, you've got Daniel Bryan, who is at the tail end of his career, came back from a career-ending injury, we thought. The Yes Movement started right here in Memphis, Tennessee, at FedEx Forum, by the way. So you've got Daniel Bryan being put into this World Championship match. But then you have Edge, who this is probably Edge's last big hurrah, too, because he came back from a career-ending injury. He was never supposed to wrestle again. And so he returned last year at the Royal Rumble. That was the last event that they had fans, and they went nuts. So you've got the guy, Roman Reigns, and then you've got two guys that are at the tail end of their career. And if you watch WWE, you know that they love these storybook endings.
Right.
So that one's a toss-up on who's going to win that one. I'm really excited about that match.
The rated R superstar himself, Edge.
hey, Dustin, earlier today I was talking to CJ, and I was kind of telling him the story behind The Fiend and the Randy Orton match. To me, that's probably the most interesting and sort of wild story heading into this thing. Do you want to give them a little bit of story? Tell them about The Fiend and kind of his gimmick and his whole story.
Oh, my gosh. So Randy Orton literally set The Fiend on fire in the center of the ring just a couple of months ago.
Yes. He poured gas on him and threw a lit match on him.
Yeah. Literally poured gasoline on him. Now, it's a family show, by the way, guys.
Yeah. No, like I had to tell my son not to look when it happened. Like it was horrifying.
Yeah, so they've had this horror movie type situation where it's like a horror movie, and they set him on fire and all this kind of stuff. The Fiend came back, and he's all burnt up and just disfigured and all this kind of stuff. And so last year at WrestleMania, you had the Boneyard match where The Undertaker and AJ Styles, because WrestleMania, they had to get a little bit creative because there were no fans. And it was a smash hit. And they also had the Firefly Funhouse match with The Fiend and John Cena, and that was a little crazy. So I'm expecting that this year that we'll see some sort of cinematic match to where it looks like a movie. They might not even be in the wrestling ring, but there's no telling what we're going to see with that. It's very, very spooky. So if the kids are watching, you might want to cover their eyes because it is that freaky. The dude is burnt to a crisp.
Yeah.
Someone's going to come out there in a Scream costume and stab someone for real this year.
We're going that far?
Right.
Oh, my goodness. Dustin, with the ladies, Bianca Belair, Sasha Banks. Tell me about it.
Oh, man. So Bianca Belair is literally the EST of WWE. She's the fastest. She's the best. She's got all these slogans. She, I believe, was a big track and field star at the University of Tennessee.
Yeah.
All SEC.
Yeah.
This is her big hurrah. So people have been waiting on her to get the call up from NXT in the developmental system. And, man, WrestleMania, she's going against probably the best female wrestler, maybe other than Charlotte Flair. Woo! Who's not on the card, by the way. But Sasha Banks, the best. She's the boss. So it kind of leans me in the direction to where you need to put your money on Bianca Belair because she's that next rising star. And I think the way to do that is have her beat the boss at WrestleMania.
Who's going to win the three deal? The what triple threat? The triple threat.
The 3 deal.
Oh, man. That's the one that's up in the air because I can totally see them giving Edge his last run. I could totally see them giving Daniel Bryan that last run. You guys were doing it earlier. Yes. Yeah. Yes. It's still very, very popular. But also, like, it's going to be cool to see where the fans are cheering on this because Edge and Daniel Bryan are the most beloved after they made their return. But that makes me feel like that we're going to get Roman Reigns retaining and then probably have Daniel Bryan versus Edge after that.
Oh, beautiful.
When is Brock Lesnar fighting again?
No one cares.
I do. I like watching
when they
him
pack
throw
the place out.
Okay, because I like watching him toss people around like a rag doll.
Yeah,
but that dude is so strong.
I saw Dustin. I saw right before the pandemic, NXT was here in Memphis, and I saw Bianca Belair fight in NXT when she was. They were like you said, people were waiting for her to get the call up. I also saw the Bro at the time. Now he's going by Riddle.
Bro!
Yeah, Matt
Yeah.
Riddle, the original Bro. I got to see him fight here. Is there one of these wrestlers who's sort of like on the come up that's probably not as well known yet that you're really looking forward to seeing in WrestleMania on the big stage?
Well, everybody's been wanting to see Adam Cole, baby. But NXT has changed just a little bit to where now these guys are part of that brand.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily a developmental territory anymore, even though it really is. But this is a place where those guys not only go to hone their craft, but they have to have, stars in order to draw the ratings. So after WrestleMania, you'll actually see NXT move to Tuesday nights. That means AEW will be unopposed on Wednesday nights. So they won't be splitting an audience. So right now they're both on Wednesday. AEW gets 800,000 viewers and NXT gets 600,000 viewers. So after WrestleMania, when they split that up, oh my gosh, people are going to be watching more wrestling than ever because you've got Mondays for Raw, Tuesdays for NXT, Wednesday for AEW. What's Thursday? Something's on Thursday, but it's
205 Live. 205 Live. I don't know.
Then Friday is SmackDown. And, of course, on Saturday is Memphis Wrestling.
That's right.
Yeah. And then Sunday's pay-per-view. So we got wrestling almost every day of the week at this point.
Speaking of, Dustin, what is coming up for fans here locally, and where can we see you next?
Oh, my gosh. So we have our next live TV taping on April the 11th, which is this weekend. So the cool thing is it's 2 p.m. bell time. So after you watch live Memphis Wrestling, you can head over to Dave & Buster's and watch WrestleMania absolutely free. We've got our free parties on Saturday. And then also the big thing that's going on this weekend that you'll see hit television, the tickets are sold out, so you can't get tickets, is we are going to crown our first ever Memphis Heritage Champion.
Wow.
So look at that bad boy.
Nice.
Somebody's walking away with that. This was crafted from a designer here in Memphis. And you can see the Mid-South Coliseum on one plate. And then you've got the pyramid and the bridge on the other plate.
Where's the Big One Expo Center?
Oh, my gosh. All right.
I'm throwing it back right there with the Big One Expo Center.
You are, but a big announcement's going to hit. I'll give it to you guys first. We are opening up a Memphis Wrestling Wrestle Center.
Whoa.
Oh,
really?
wow.
Oh, breaking news.
It is coming.
Awesome.
It is a 6,000 square foot facility where we're going to record all of the championship wrestling from Memphis. It airs on CW30 every Saturday at noon. You can also catch it on YouTube. It's youtube.com/championship wrestling. But we will be having our grand opening on May the 2nd. We kind of did a soft launch today. Tickets are already going really, really fast, and we haven't even sent out the first commercial. So we're very thankful that Memphis wrestling or Memphis fans still love Memphis wrestling. And really, I've got to thank the Grizzlies, the Redbirds, all the sports teams that kept Memphis wrestling kind of at the forefront doing their wrestling nights, like the championship that's behind me right now. It probably wouldn't have happened without those events taking place. So we're excited to be doing this.
Dustin's turning into Vince McMahon.
Yeah, he really is.
Turning.
Hey, I prefer Cody Rhodes instead of Vince. Vince is a little old.
Yeah.
I'll take Cody.
Cody does AEW. Yeah, that's great.
Hey, dude, Vince McMahon is old, but that dude is still jacked.
Yep.
He is. Dude, he is huge.
Yes, he is. Oh, man.
Hey, what's Finn Balor doing?
NXT.
He is the NXT champion at this point. So
Why
he's
is that
another
dude in
guy
NXT?
Because that's what
they
Dustin
need-
was saying. They're trying to build up NXT, right?
It's okay, yeah, so it's just, I mean, I know you said it's not, it technically is still developmental, but it's also not kind of its own brand. I just thought Finn Balor was like, bigger than that.
Me too.
Yeah, okay,
he's
so you
at
agree with
NXT.
me.
He's at the top.
And is The Undertaker done for good?
Hope
It
not.
looks like he is.
Man.
It does look
I
like he is.
understand,
This will
though.
be the
I've watched some of that
first-
documentary, and it's great. On the WWE Network, I've watched some of it. It's great.
It's great. I think it's the first WrestleMania since 1988 that we haven't had Shawn Michaels, Triple H, or The Undertaker on the card.
Wow. There's a nugget
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
My goodness. Dustin, man, great talking to you. Appreciate your time today, and enjoy it this weekend. Look forward to seeing you again on the tube. And, just carry that around. That's kind of exciting. Thanks, man.
I'm going to wear it to the game.
Do it. Thanks, Dustin.
Thank you, guys.
All right, Dustin, 5-star, joining us here on the program.
Oh, yeah!
We will take a break. We'll come back and wrap things up. We got our picks even coming up here on The Odds Couple.
when I said coming to America too, and I knew the look you were going to give me because it's the look I've been getting from everybody, which is like, oh, cool, don't mess it up. We know where you live. We know, there's going to be a wave of people, attacking Crosstown. Just throw down the head of Craig Brewer.
The Chris Vernon Show, live weekdays at noon on GrindCityMedia.com, the Grizzlies mobile app, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Once a week, get your basketball fix with Talkin' Grizz featuring me, Kelsey Wright-Johnson, and media from around the NBA as we discuss draft topics, prospects, and more. Connect with Grind City Media on all their social channels, subscribe to Grind City Media YouTube, and follow Grind City Media on Twitter and Instagram to stay up to date with all things Grizzlies.
I know everybody on this roster plays hard. We play together, and whoever lines it up with us, it doesn't really matter. Memphis versus everybody for sure.
Kawhi, Justice Winslow with the takeaway. Dylan for three, down the well it goes. Ja banks it in, and one! Lob, Clark! Oh! Anderson for three. Boom!
That's how we fight. That's how we fight. That's how we fight.
Welcome back to the Odds Couple on GrindCityMedia.com. Live from FedEx Forum and the American Home Shield Studio. Here's the Odds Couple, Rob Fisher and Lang Whitaker.
Hey, get your daily sports, pop culture, and Grizz fix with insider news and commentary on all things sports and more with the Chris Vernon Show. This week with Masters updates you won't want to miss. Live at noon daily, Monday through Friday. Tune into GrindCityMedia.com, Grind City Media on YouTube, or via the official Grizzlies mobile app to catch Chris live. Or download each episode daily and subscribe at iTunes, Spotify, or SoundCloud today. Welcome back, everyone, to the Odds Couple. WrestleMania 37 coming up this weekend, both Saturday and Sunday. We'll have our picks coming up here in a moment. Big match with the ladies. Big one with Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair. Belair.
Yeah.
She's my favorite. And here she is talking about the big match.
Well, I've been watching Sasha. She calls herself the boss, the standard, the blueprint. She's all of those things. So I know in order to take her down at WrestleMania, I'm going to have to use all of my ESTs. I'm going to have to be the strongest, the fastest, the roughest, the toughest, the quickest, the greatest, the best to take down Sasha Banks. And this eyelash been coming off every single match because I've been putting it in the back of my head. Because I'm also going to have to be the smartest and the sharpest. So, Sasha Banks, I got my eyes on you, girl. And come April 10th, on the grandest stage of them all, I'm taking you down, and I'm walking out as the new SmackDown Women's Champion.
Her promos I would call the crappy-est, the sorry-est, the weak-est.
Somebody's
horrible.
angling for a intergender match here. It sounds
That was a bad promo. I don't believe in that.
Well,
she's got all the ESTs, man.
She's a great wrestler. She's an incredible athlete. She's a really good wrestler. Sasha Banks, by the way, I don't know if you guys watched The Mandalorian. She was on several episodes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sasha Banks, you probably saw her in New Orleans at WrestleMania.
Yeah, sure.
She was the women's champ for a while.
That was probably a beer break. Yeah.
Speaking of wrestling, many of us would be scared to get in the ring with guys. Lang, you got face to face. We're going to see this, so I want you to set it up for us. What happened?
So a couple of years ago, when WWE was here at FedEx Forum for one of the guys would always come up here and come on the Chris Vernon Show and do promotional stuff. And we used to have this wrestling ring right across the hall in the Grizz gaming area, and a bunch of wrestlers showed up that day. I think Samoa Joe was here, Cesaro, and then the WWE champion at the time was AJ Styles, and he showed up. He was not wrestling that night. He had a pulled hamstring, and he was like, I'm just going to take a night off. But somehow he got in the ring with all of us and started showing us how they do different, punches and kicks that don't actually connect but look like they connect. And then he was like, do you want to see how we throw a real punch? And I said, sure.
Sure.
Roll the tape.
Here we go.
There'll be none of this.
Okay.
It's legit. So I'm going to measure here, and I'm going to hit you here. Okay. So, but these are real. Ready? Okay.
I felt it.
Dude, that
man, you took it so well.
You did. I knew you were hurting too.
That's how tough I am, guys. I mean,
like your brain was probably like.
You know when you like when you're playing with your friends or whatever, and you get hit in the ear and you hear that real high pitched whine.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's what I heard.
For how long?
No, for about like everything went mute, and then I heard like the whine, and then slowly the sound came back, and
But it looked like a shot that would knock you out.
it hurt. One thing that he told me later was that if they're wrestling and there's lots of fans close, like they have to connect sometimes, and that's how you do it without doing permanent injury to the person. So he straightened my neck out and found a flat piece of skin, and he hit it with a flat piece of skin, so it was loud, like it made a loud noise.
Yeah.
But he didn't hit like my ear, my nose, anything that was kind of protruding that you could break or anything. It was just skin on skin and sounded terrible. I was fine. I was wondering the next day I'm going to have like a sore neck. No, I was totally fine.
Wow. That was
pretty
awesome.
cool.
Very cool video.
I took a punch from the heavyweight
That's
champ.
right. That's a very cool video.
It did not
to
go
have.
down.
Very nice. Very nice. All right, time for our picks this week. I'm going to go ahead and start now. When we sent the picks out, it was just Reigns and Edge. Now Daniel Bryan also is involved as well because it's one of those three deals. You have Reigns at plus 150, Edge at plus 115, Daniel Bryan at plus 200. I'm going with Roman Reigns over the other two because he's my favorite wrestler going, and so is Sasha Banks, taking her as well. And then we got three Masters picks. Dustin Johnson, he's the favorite, but he's always good to take, especially in these big events. I like Daniel Berger. I think Daniel Berger always shows up, the two-time winner here at the FedEx St. Jude Classic. I'll go with him. And then Brooks Koepka. I know he's coming back from injury, but big events, that's when he shows up big. Plus, he loves the Masters updates from Chris Vernon, so I'll go with him as well. Lang?
I went with Bianca Belair in that match. I just think it's probably time for her to take that next step and become the next star. As Sasha Banks is doing more entertainment and that kind of stuff, so they're not going to have as much access to her for the next 6 months and stuff. I would assume this is Bianca Belair. They stamp her ascension to the top. I also pick Roman Reigns just because I think he's been out for a while. He had a real life battle with leukemia, came back, beat it, came back. And the other two guys, Edge is pretty old and was away for a long time, and I think he's probably ready to leave in. And Daniel Bryan's been talking forever about leaving. His wife just had kids. He's ready to go be a parent and all that stuff. So I think Reigns takes the title back and takes over. And then with the PGA, my man DeChambeau, I got to take him. Spieth was great last week at the Valero. I watched that. He was knocking down putts, which is huge at the Masters if you can make those putts. And then Tony Finau, seems like every year he does really well at the Masters. He never wins, but he's always in that top 5, 10. And he didn't make the cut last week at Valero, but at Augusta, he seems to know what he's doing. So I'm going with Tony Finau.
Yeah, no, last year at the Masters was weird because Finau actually, and maybe it's because it was in November and not April, Finau actually didn't play well. I had tons on him to do well, and he did not do well, which was weird. But you're absolutely right. The guy historically has been great. They call him Top 5 Tony for a reason. Right. He already this season on tour has 6 top 10 finishes. Tony Finau does.
I cannot hear his name without thinking of Chris doing one of his Masters up.
Tony Finau, where he be now?
Tony Finau, where he be now?
Where he be now?
Every single time I think of it.
Yeah, no, I'm going to go with Roser's Wagers. I'm going to take Roman Reigns to win this match because I think they are going to set up next year The Rock and Roman Reigns. And they tried to a little bit because the Usos are also part of that family, and they did the whole Roman Reigns turning on his and The Rock's going to come there to straighten him out. I'm going to take Sasha Banks just because I know who she is. I had no idea who Bianca Belair was before today, and I listened to that clip, and that just makes me want to take Sasha Banks even more. And then for the Masters, I am going to roll with Jordan Spieth to win. I don't like picking someone who just won the week before, but I already have money on him to win, so I'm going to roll with Jordan Spieth. I'll take Justin Thomas to finish second, and then I'll take Brooks Koepka to finish third. I also have money on Koepka to win the tournament too. So
what are your give us your stuff that you got?
I am a fan of Jason Kokrak plus 275 to finish in the top 20. I like Jason Kokrak plus 110 to finish in the top 30. You can get Koepka even money to finish in the top 20. Yeah, just look for guys. I like top. I believe it's top 30. Jason Day minus 125. I think that's probably pretty good too. Jason Day's always going to finish. He typically always finishes there in the top 30. So yeah, there's a bunch of stuff like that. Hole in one that can go either way. I mean, I don't know.
It's like
the U.S. I'll tell you, the U.S. Open is always the one to take the U.S. Open and the PGA Championship are always the ones to bet yes on the hole-in-one because the field is so much bigger than the Masters. Yeah. The Masters is a smaller field, right? But the PGA Championship and the U.S. Open are huge fields. So the more and more golfers you are, the more and more shots you have at those par threes. But I don't know about a hole-in-one here.
All right, CJ, what you got?
What do I got? I am going to take Edge. I do believe. Is that right? Did I say no? I took Roman Reigns.
No, you got Edge.
I took Edge. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna take Edge. I remember Edge as a child wrestling Edge and Christian.
He's still around.
He's still around.
Yeah,
still around.
Yeah.
That match with Edge and Christian and the Dudley brothers and who was the third one in that? I can't remember who the third one was. Oh, the Hardy Boys.
Oh, yeah.
That triple threat match, one of the matches from my childhood.
They're all on drugs, so they're not really around anymore.
Oh, okay. That is sad. I am going to take... Allegedly. I
don't think there's allegedly to it.
I'm going to take Belair. Why not? And then I'm going to take three dudes for the Masters. One of them is Abraham. One of them is Abraham Answer, man. All the way back when I was doing the show, the Peter Edmondson Experience with CJ Hurt on Sports 56. Abraham Answer was my dude.
Yep.
So I'm gonna take Answer, and the other two are who?
Patrick Cantlay and Stuart Singh.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
I don't think Stuart Singh's in the Masters.
Is he alive?
Patrick Cantlay has played well with this thing before. Patrick Cantlay could play well.
Is Abraham Answers? His nickname should be the Answer, right?
No, his nickname, we dubbed him the Clarence Carter of golf because he be stroking.
Give me the lineup.
The daily fantasy lineup. It is it is Tony Finau. I've still got $100 left, so I may take someone out and add someone else to make it, to where I have zero. Tony Finau, 6 top 10s, made 11 of 13 cuts. Matthew Fitzpatrick has played really well this year. Matthew Fitzpatrick, 3 top 10s, has made 8 of 11 cuts. Jason Kokrak, 4 top 10s, 11 of 14 cuts. CT Pan, because you have to have guys that don't cost that much at the end.
Right.
So CT Pan is $6,400. Jason Kokrak was $6,900. CT Pan, 2 top 10s, made 9 out of 15 cuts. He played well here last year, though. Xander Schauffele, always solid. 5 top 10s, made 9 out of 10 cuts, and then Jordan Spieth, 4 top 10s, has made 9 out of 13 cuts. That's the fantasy lineup for this weekend.
Cool.
I thought about I may take someone. I may try to find a way to get Hideki Matsuyama in there. Hideki Matsuyama, you don't want that drama. You don't want that drama.
Check out the Roser and Vernon's Masters updates this week on the Chris Vernon Show.
I see why Vernon does that. I was glad you didn't go with Baby Mama.
Well, they might now. All right, that's going to do it for this edition of the Odds Couple, a very historic edition of the program, first wrestling show that we've done. Now, we've done this before. We'll be back in a couple of weeks. The next show, the Academy Awards. Yeah, that's when we dress up.
I got to watch Minari.
Yeah, so Academy Awards show coming up. We'll have a bunch of shows throughout the year. NBA playoffs. We'll do Major League Baseball at the All-Star break. We got a lot of stuff coming up. More golf majors will be going on. Rose, you done texting Vernon? You got it all done? Taken care of?
Yeah, I just told him, Hideki Matsuyama, you don't want that drama. Then in parentheses, I have no idea what that means, but it sounds funny.
That's going to do it for us. Enjoy the week. Enjoy WrestleMania. Enjoy the Masters. We'll talk to you again soon here on The Odds Couple.
Oh, yeah! Oh, yeah!
Been listening to The Odds Couple from the American Home Shield Studio on GrindCityMedia.com. Tune in next week for more football handicapping with Rob Fisher and Lang Whitaker.